Very good. Growing. Yeah, everybody's great. Yeehaw.
Oh, geez. I thought you were going somewhere else. All right. We'll...
Okay, we'll roll right along with our top 12 driver media availabilities. Jimmie Johnson has joined us. He drives the number 48 Lowe's Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, fourth in points. And before we get into his formal part of his press conference, I know Jimmie has a very worthy cause with his foundation, the Helmet of Hope program that he is doing at this part of the season. And right now he's going to draw the charity for a media person. Wow, we've got fancy.
Well, thanks again, everybody, for being a part of this. It's been growing, and Samsung has done an amazing job to support it this year and take it to the next level. So thank you all for your support. And the first media pick for this weekend is Seth Livingstone, USA Today. The charity is Foundation for Faces of Children, and the mission is to help children with facial and cranial deformities lead a normal life. I'm sorry. Somebody's flash just blinded the crap out of me, so I can't read. I'm serious. I'm seeing stars.
Thank you very much. I know Seth's here, and he's out in the garage right now, but we appreciate it, Jimmie. Thank you.
Yep.
And here's the fan choice.
6. And the fan pick, if I can get it open, is Bill Strong from Santa Barbara, California, and Gwendolyn Strong Foundation to raise awareness about spinal muscular atrophy, the leading genetic killer of young children. So thank you, Bill Strong, and we'll get the stickers on the helmets. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Jimmie. Jimmie, as we look to this race this weekend here at Pocono, you've won twice here. You've had 6 top 5s. Been a good track for you here at the Tricky Triangle. Talk about some of the things that you think need to be done to get your 6th win here of the season.
It's been a while since we've won here. I feel like we've been making slow progress each trip here and closing the gap to, for a while, was the 99, and then of late it's been the 11 cars. So I feel like we're making small gains, and the race we had here in the spring, we restarted really deep in the pack because of some pit strategy that was going on and worked our way up to a top 5 finish. So I think we could have been probably 2nd or 3rd if things worked out a little bit better for us. So excited, looking forward to it. Cars have been getting a little bit better for us, like I said, and I think that we can be more competitive this trip than we were even here in the spring.
Questions now for Jimmie Johnson. Raise your hand. We'll bring you the wireless mic. Who's got a question for Jimmie? Raise your hand. Okay. Right here, across the wall, and then we'll go to Joe. Go ahead, sir.
Jimmie, how important is it for you over these next 6 races to get your team kind of into that chase focus where you've been the last few years?
Yeah, it's what it's all about. We're getting to that part of the year. I've had strong points of strong years where we've entered the chase with a lot of momentum and have won a championship. I've had years where we didn't have the best summer and have still gone on to win the championship. So I don't think that there's a rhyme or reason to it. The 10 tracks in the chase, a lot of them are much different than anything we run on during the summer, and very special and unique to their own their own racetracks that we run on. So I'm optimistic. I feel that when I look at Loudon, I look at Dover, both of those races were really good for us this year. Martinsville is typically good for us, although we didn't have the best spring race there. I think we're getting smarter on the bigger tracks, 1.5 mile, 2 mile stuff. We seem to be making small gains, although we haven't really finished on one of those tracks recently like we should have. I feel that we're getting better there. And our team always responds well at the end of the year, and especially to pressure. So I'm excited for it and looking forward to whatever kind of comes our way.
Go ahead, Joe.
Jimmie, you were good in practice here earlier today. How much confidence does that give you going into the race on Sunday, or is this one of those tracks where practice really doesn't relate that well to what you're going to do in the race?
Yeah, it's far different. We were just in qualifying trim, so we didn't try any race stuff that practice session. I know a lot of other teams did spend time in race trim. Some of our teammates did, and I'm not sure that they were real happy. So I think we're going to have to work a little bit tonight. And the track always does change a lot here as well. So we probably won't overreact just because we know things will be a lot different come tomorrow after we get the truck rubber down and ARCA stuff and all of our cars on track.
Go ahead there, Dan.
Dan Gelston, the Associated Press. Jimmie, forever this track has been criticized for the races being too long. Now the track's getting beat up a little bit because it doesn't seem like it's safe enough, or parts around the track are safe enough. I mean, are there some things you'd like to see done here to improve the safety of the track?
Yeah, I think that this track, although we have safer barriers, there's some areas that could really use some attention. When you look at the straightaways, and especially Long Pond, and guys that have had big wrecks sliding through the grass and getting into the Armco barrier. We look at Casey's wreck here in the spring, the last race we had here, without a catch fence down the back, a few more feet, whichever direction that was, over the wall. I mean, he could have been out there in the trees. So there's some areas that need to be looked at, and not just this track, but I don't think grass has any purpose inside the walls of a racetrack anymore. There's no friction to slow down the vehicle. And the cars just hammer the wall when that's the case. And then you get mud and rain, and a wheel can sink into the mud and flip the car over and get it flipping. We've seen that at Daytona, Talladega, even here. So hopefully that stuff can all be addressed as we keep moving forward.